The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, or World Drug Day, is observed every year on 26 June. It was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 1987 to raise awareness about the major problems that illicit drugs pose to society. The day serves as a global call to action to strengthen cooperation in achieving a drug-free world. The date was chosen in remembrance of the 1839 campaign led by Chinese official Lin Zexu, who fought against the opium trade, a symbolic historical anchor in the global struggle against drugs. The theme for International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking 2025 is Breaking the Chains, Prevention, Treatment and Recovery for All. This year's theme focuses on compassionate, health-centered approach to drug use and addiction. It aims to promote prevention through education and early intervention, ensure treatment and recovery services are accessible, evidence-based, and respectful of human rights. Reduce stigma faced by people who use drugs. Balance harm reduction and law enforcement targeting organized crime and illicit trafficking without criminalizing individuals in need of help. Why this day matters? Over 300 million people globally aged 15 to 64 have used drugs in the past year. Only about 1 in 8 people with drug use disorders receive appropriate treatment. The illicit drug trade generates an estimated $300 to $400 billion annually, fueling organized crime, violence, and public health crises. Substance use impacts not only health but also families, communities, education, and economic development. Key messages behind the theme. Addiction is a health issue, not a moral failure. Substance use disorders should be treated with compassion and medical care, not judgment or punishment. Prevention is powerful. Educating young people, strengthening families, and building supportive communities can stop drug use before it starts. Everyone deserves access to treatment. High quality, affordable, and voluntary treatment and rehabilitation services should be available to all, regardless of background, income, or location. Recovery is possible. With the right support systems, healthcare, employment, housing, and community, people can and do recover from addiction. End stigma, promote dignity. Stigma creates barriers to seeking help. Respect and empathy reduce shame and encourage people to come forward for support. Leave no one behind. Focus on equity. Marginalized communities, youth, women, incarcerated people, and those in poverty must be included in prevention and recovery efforts. Target traffickers, not victims. Law enforcement should focus on dismantling organized crime networks and drug trafficking routes, not punishing individuals struggling with substance use. Data and science should guide policy. Drug policies must be rooted in evidence and public health, not ideology or fear. International solidarity matters. Global cooperation is essential to address drug supply chains, support affected countries, and share successful prevention and treatment strategies. Hope and healing are stronger than fear. The theme promotes a message of hope, emphasizing freedom from addiction through prevention, access to care, and community support. These messages together call for a balanced, human-centered approach to drug use focused on health, dignity, and justice. Effective strategies aligned with the 2025 theme. Prevention strategies. Goal: stop drug use before it starts. School-based programs implement life skills training, peer-led education, and awareness campaigns in schools. Community outreach engage parents, teachers, faith groups, and youth leaders to build resilient communities. Mass media campaigns use social media, radio, and TV, promote anti-drug messages, and correct myths about drug use. Early intervention: screen and support at-risk individuals, especially youth, before addiction develops. Accessible and affordable treatment. Goal: ensure treatment is available to everyone everywhere. Integrate drug treatment into primary healthcare systems to reach more people. Offer diverse treatment options: outpatients, inpatients, detox services, counseling, and medication assisted treatment. Train healthcare providers, improve knowledge, and reduce bias among professionals to deliver respectful, evidence-based care. Mobile clinics and telehealth. Reach rural and underserved areas through digital and mobile services. Long-term recovery support. Goal: empower people to stay drug-free and rebuild their lives. Peer support groups and mentors provide emotional and social support through community or faith-based programs. Vocational training and employment help recovering individuals gain job skills and stable income. Reintegration programs assist with housing, education, and family reunification. Reduce barriers to recovery and criminal records for non-violent drug offenses where possible and provide second chances. Ending stigma. Create a culture of empathy, not judgment. Public awareness campaigns that humanize addiction and share real stories of recovery. Language matters. Promote the use of respectful terms like person with a substance use disorder instead of addict. Involve people in recovery in policy, education, and advocacy efforts to share lived experience. Balance law enforcement. Protect communities while supporting individuals. Focus on traffickers, not users. Prioritize dismantling drug trafficking networks. Decriminalize drug use for personal possession where appropriate and redirect users to treatment instead of jail. Diversion programs allow courts to refer non-violent offenders to rehabilitation instead of prison. Community policing. Collaborate with local stakeholders to reduce drug harm in a human, non-punitive way. Policy and research. Guide decision making through data and science. use evidence-based policies that are proven to reduce harm and promote recovery. Monitor and evaluate programs to adapt and improve them continuously. Invest in research on drug trends, effective treatments, and prevention methods. Promote international collaboration to share best practices and combat global trafficking. To summarize, we can say, to truly break the chains of drug abuse and illicit trafficking, strategies must combine prevention, compassionate care, recovery, support, justice, reform, and public education. The 2025 theme challenges governments, communities, and individuals to act together to build a healthier, safer, and more inclusive world. How can you participate? Raise awareness through social media using themes and hashtags like #BreakingTheChains or #WorldDrugDay. Organize or attend events such as discussions, awareness campaigns, or recovery storytelling. Support local organizations that offer treatment, counseling, and rehabilitation services. Advocate for human rights-based drug policies that focus on health and recovery over punishment. Conclusion. The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking 2025 urges a shift from stigma and punishment to support and recovery. The theme Breaking the Chains encourages collective efforts in prevention, accessible treatment, and building a society that empowers people to heal and thrive.